So in today's video, I want to share with you my 4-year experience after investing with and using Fundrise. But spoiler alert, I lost money. Well, technically, I actually made money, but if you factor in inflation and opportunity cost of all the things I could have done with that money, I definitely lost money. Still, whatever money I lost, I hope will be made up by what you'll learn from watching this video from my experience. But if you're not sure what Fundrise actually is, at its core, it's a really cool idea. Fundrise is what's called crowd-funded real estate, and that means you can buy commercial property like apartment buildings and other forms of real estate for as little as $10. And here's how it works. Imagine you and a bunch of other people put money into a giant piggy bank. Once this piggy bank has enough money, an expert like Fundrise comes along and uses their experience to buy things like shopping malls and apartment buildings. Now, from the profits that they'll get from collecting those rental checks or selling those buildings to someone else, they'll distribute that money to all the people who put their money into the piggy bank in the form of dividends paid out quarterly. But in this case, you don't have to buy the properties. You don't have to renovate them. You don't have to manage the clients or maintain the properties yourself. And for doing all that, Fundrise charges about 1% in fees split across many smaller fee structures that's listed on their website. Fundrise is what you can call a type of REIT, which is a real estate investment trust. Now, unlike other REITs that you might have heard about, like for example, VNQ, which is the one from Vanguard, these stocks, or ETFs, are traded on the open market, which means you can find them right now on your favorite investing apps. But Fundrise shares are not traded on the open market. You can only exchange them on the Fundrise app, so they are illiquid. Now, the advantage of that is that it takes out the emotional side of investing out because it takes a while to get your money out. But the downside of that, it takes a while to get your money out. Differences aside though, it's a really cool way to get into a part of real estate that's usually reserved for accredited investors, aka people with a lot of money. Now, 4 years ago, I heard about Fundrise and I really liked the idea because, well, I wanted to own a shopping mall, except I cannot afford. So for the next several years, I would put in a couple $1,000s every single month so I could build myself a passive income, dividend generating machine of a portfolio. So let me share with you my experience, some of the things I liked, some of the things I didn't. This is not gonna be one of those, I hate Fundrise videos. This is gonna be more of a balanced perspective, so if you're into that kind of thing, you are weird. So let me show you how much money I didn't get to make. Let's get into it. Hi, my name is Andrei Jikh. Hope you're doing well. Come for the finance and stay for the Fundrise. So let's just get right into it. Throughout my time here on YouTube, I've seen the finance community go through a lot of different phases. Like there were entire channels on social media dedicated to talking about different stocks like Tesla, Enphase, Nvidia, Google, Amazon, and so many others. Personally, I tried to stay away from stocks that people talked about a lot because usually that doesn't end up going well. So I started with Fundrise in November 2019, and a lot has happened since then. The Federal Reserve dropped interest rates to zero, they printed a ton of money, asset prices got squeezed upwards, and inflation has gone up by conservative estimates over 21%. And that means that a $100 bill today has the same buying power as $1. That's not true, I lied. It's actually $79, but I wanted to show you a bad magic trick. The point is that if you weren't investing, you were left behind. People were almost forced to invest their money if they wanted to keep up with inflation at the very least. So let me travel down memory lane and show you all the things that I was looking into buying, but never did because I was investing with Fundrise instead. So let's start with the stock market, the S&P 500, an ETF like VU, which I was buying in 2019, but I should have bought even more of it. That ETF is up 69% since November 2019 because of course it is. The universe loves irony. Also, I remember wanting to buy Amazon in 2019, but never doing it. That stock is up over 100%. I also wanted to buy more Apple stock, and even though it's down 10% this year, it's still up 165% since 2019. Also, who could forget about Tesla stock? Tesla stock, even though it's doing horribly this year, it's down 32% since 2019, it's still up over 700%. So that's my opportunity cost, and here's how much money I actually made. Get ready for this again because the numbers are pretty bad. At account closing, after withdrawing my money, I was left with a return of about 2.4%, which leaves me with $1,345.86 in profit. That works out to a net annualized return of 0.6% per year. So I did not get to beat inflation. Mike Tyson was inflation, and my account was Jake Paul. So let me show you the breakdown of exactly what happened. Because after over 4 years of investing, I actually did get to make money. In fact, I made $5,450 in dividends, but where it went wrong is appreciation, or in my case, depreciation. In other words, the value of the buildings themselves went down. And they went down $3,500. And when you take into account all the fees, like the advisory fees of $289 and redemption penalties of $207 for withdrawing too early, I'm left with $1,345 out of all the money that I contributed, which was $75,000. So of course, at this point, I just wanted to cope and explain to myself exactly what happened. So when I opened my account in November 2019, I started with just $1,000, which wasn't enough. I wish I put in more because that was when my account was growing pretty quickly. When I noticed it, by May of 2020, I started to put in a lot more money, $2,000 per month, which I realize is objectively a lot of money, and you can see the account growing by roughly $2,000 every single month. Now, my account didn't reach a peak though until August 2022. That was when I had roughly $58,000 in money that I contributed and $11,500 in returns. That's a return of roughly 20%. And that was when I should have sold or changed my strategy. Because after August, it was all downhill from there. The biggest drop happened in November and December 22, and then again in November, December 2023. So of course my question is, what the heck happened after August 2022? Why am I losing money? And the answer is interest rates. This is about to blow your mind. To understand this, I did this as scientifically as I could. I created a line graph of how much money I was making, and I compared that to interest rates. And what I found is that as interest rates went up, how much I was making was going down. The blue line here represents how much I was making, in other words, my net returns without contributions, and the red line here, which are interest rates. Now you can see my net returns go up while interest rates are close to zero, but as the Fed started to increase interest rates, the returns started to go down. And all of this happened because of inflation as a result of all the money that the Fed printed. By June 2022, we reached a peak of over 9% inflation, so in March 2022, the Fed started to increase interest rates to fight it. And that meant it became more expensive to borrow money, which made real estate less profitable. But because there's a lag effect on real estate, how much money I was making didn't start going down until a little bit later. But fast forward to today's market, and Fundrise believes that the worst part is over. They expect real estate to go up because the market is expecting the Fed to drop interest rates at least 3 times this year. And if it becomes cheaper to borrow money, then real estate should become more profitable. But I still withdrew my money, and now the question is, what do I do with $75,000? For me personally, I'm gonna be using the sponsor of today's video, Gemini, to buy more Bitcoin. Gemini is offering eligible new users the opportunity to earn $100 in Bitcoin when they trade $1,000 in crypto within the first 30 days of signing up. Gemini is the secure way to trade crypto. They're a full reserve cryptocurrency exchange and custodian. They're regulated, based in New York City. They're available in all 50 states and 70 countries. They were founded in 2014, so they were a crypto native since day one. Gemini has tools for everyone, including advanced trading with active trading, which is where you can see advanced charting tools, access to over 300 trading pairs, and multiple order types to trade the way you want. I actually use their active trader to buy my Bitcoin with and then transfer it to a hardware wallet, but their team has been around since the early days of crypto, focusing on the fundamentals like security and transparency. Features like passkeys support their industry-leading account security standards and are an important way to keep your account safe. You can sign up and start trading with Gemini today to earn $100 in Bitcoin with my link down below. That's the end of my Truman Show spiel. Thank you, Gemini, for sponsoring this segment, and now let's get back to it. So here's my personal thoughts on Fundrise. Mostly, I blame the bad returns on me, because I didn't do all the research and all the fund's prospectus. Instead, I just picked a long-term growth strategy and I let the money be allocated for me. If I could go back in time and pick a different one, I would, except I still don't think I'd get it right, because real estate is not my expertise, much less commercial real estate. I don't know much about it, and I don't care to know more about it. I would instead prefer to pay an expert a small fee to take care of it for me. So in the ideal world, I would have loved to see my portfolio shifted to the income side or another fund to prepare for the market when the Fed was raising rates. but I can't blame Fundrise for that because they gave investors the option to do that. Plenty of their other funds like the Growth E-REIT 2 did really well, including their income fund. So a lot of investors were able to make incredible returns, but I imagine they were the exception and not the rule. But I also think there's a lot of investors who, like me, have been with Fundrise for many years who didn't end up making a lot of money when factoring inflation. So I withdrew my money because I don't consider myself an expert or someone who's a savvy investor, especially when it comes to real estate, so I don't want to pick from 10 different options. I want just one high-quality product that leverages everything Fundrise knows about the market to shift my portfolio accordingly and gives me the best results, which I realize is probably impossible to create to please everyone because everybody's goals are different, but if that day comes, that would be amazing. Again, even if that means charging me a higher fee. So is Fundrise still worth it in its current state? I actually do still think so. High quality real estate can be a part of any diversified portfolio. Maybe not the core strategy, but a small percentage will be fine. I like Fundrise even when compared to other options. For example, if we compare Fundrise with another popular ETF like VNQ from Vanguard, that's down 11% in the same time frame, and Charles Schwab's SCHH is down 17%. So when compared to other benchmarks, they're actually still really good. So if someone was to ask me right now, is now a good time to invest with Fundrise? I would say I do magic tricks in my videos. I entertain and I explain. I do not advise. But yeah, maybe it could be a better time just because interest rates are supposedly going to come down, and that should, in theory, make real estate prices go up. Personally, for me, I have enough real estate exposure by owning my own house and my own rental, so I could probably use that money for something else, but I could see myself investing with Fundrise in the future. I'd love to hear your experience with Fundrise. Have you used them? How long? Did you make money? Which funds did you pick? Let me know down in the comments below how much more money you made than me. But as always, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to grab your free stocks. Links are down below, and they'll go track them automatically with a spreadsheet link down below on my Patreon. Love you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'd love to see you back here on Monday and Friday, sometimes Wednesday. See you soon. Bye-bye.